Welcome, viewers. Thanks for taking the time to stop by and show some interest in my video here. Hopefully it will be worthwhile for you. Anyway, before I begin, there's one thing I'd like to start off with. If you've never heard of the online etymology dictionary, I definitely recommend that. Go ahead, go check it out. It's got some good stuff in there. And then while you're at it, and this also goes for those who have heard of the dictionary, go ahead and look up the definitions for hi, hey, and hello. And after doing so, you might understand, realize how hard my greeting was for this video. It literally probably took like 40 minutes to come up with welcome viewers, so yeah. Those who end up here and don't already know, my name is Nika. No, not like Danica Patrick, the race car driver. It's Nika, like the Slavic name, Danica. My name is Danica, and I am here in recovery from word abuse. Ha. Ha. It was a joke. You can laugh. Don't worry. I won't be offended if you didn't laugh. I already know I'm not that funny. And in all actuality, I don't find any of this stuff very humorous at all. The power that words wield is definitely no joke, and not just something to mess around with like that. On that note, I think it's very important that you understand and realize that I am not here to confess my sins or mistakes. Those things that are seen through the eyes of man, in their opinion, what is wrong and right. There's only one judgment in the end that really matters to me, as it should for the rest of the world too, but I think we all know how that's going so far. So it's none of your concern of what I do, what I don't do, if you're going to come around and try and place a judgment upon me or throw your 2 cents in for what you think I need to do or what you think I need to not do. What I'm really here for is to somewhat, I guess in a way, expose lies and deception in the world. And the way I am going to do that is with an experiment. Experiments prove. Experiments result in a truth of some sort. So, with my experiment, I am going to be proving that of which is true. Now, the results, I don't necessarily know what I'm going to get, but that's what I want to find out. And if I'm right in my mind, like the own theory that I have, then I think it's something that the rest of the world needs to consider and take in and open up their eyes to. Open up their ears to. For those that have eyes that see and ears that hear. Experiment that I'm going to do, it's one that's been done before. I actually came across it on a channel that I am now subscribed to on YouTube. This lady's name is Rosette. I'll actually place a link in the description box. She's got several good videos for those who are interested in decodings and finding like hidden messages in the media that's broadcasted out there to us, like right in front of our eyes, and nobody cares to look into it or anything. Yeah, so she's got several good videos on that, and I've never thought about it really, to be honest, and she's probably been one of the easier ones to understand. You can tell she's got patience, and she takes her time with it. She's not in any rush. She doesn't talk 100 miles an hour like I do. But yeah. So it's the Emoto rice experiment that I am going to do. And the way that I'm going to go about it, though, is a little bit different. Like, if you research this experiment, you'll find that many just go along with the basic love and hate. A lot of things in the world are making more sense to me, I know that. And it's kind of heartbreaking, a lot of it. It's not the most happy, joyful things to come across, that's for sure. There is a lot of evil people out there working for the devil, for Satan, for Lucifer, whatever. There is a lot of it. And there is a lot of deception going on. And everyone's blind to it. And if they know about it, they don't talk about it. They stay hush hush because they're scared. They fear mankind. They fear the devil. No, that's not how it goes. Don't let them feed off of your fear. Have you ever heard the saying, ignorance is bliss? Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is probably one of the most selfish things that anybody could do. Your ignorance is selfish. And when you have kids, or when you have other people's kids looking up to you, following your footsteps, your ignorance is beyond selfish. I was beginning to ramble there a little bit, and that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid doing, because I tend to do so once I start talking. So I'm just gonna get right into this, because if I continue talking about all that other nonsense, then I could go on for days. So I'll save that for another video. Okay, so here I have a brand new box of rice, not been opened, so you can see this. I have not done anything to this rice. The rice that I put in the jars will all be of the same rice. I know these days nothing's really natural, organic, whatever the frickin' hell. Everything's cloned from original, because you can't sell what's for free. Extortion, people, look it up. And then I have these jars. There's 12 mason jars. I probably won't use them all. They have not been opened. They're new. And so I live in the country. My tap water is just fine. I don't have no fluoride in it. It doesn't taste like freaking any chemicals. It tastes like it's straight from out of the spring, because that's what it is. So I will be using tap water in this all. But I'm thinking about putting just a little bit of sea salt in each. I will measure it out, but it won't be too much. It'll be just enough to basically cleanse the jar, because I am not going to use any man-made products like detergents and whatnot, because I would like to use clean jars, but I'm not going to clean it the way that society thinks would be clean. salt. You like clean your wounds out with salt and stuff, right? So I'd imagine salt water would do the same for these jars. Better way of sanitizing so I don't have to use that bleach, you know? Yeah, so I'll probably like let the salt water sit in the jars for a little while before I actually put the rice in, and it won't be too much because I don't know what it will do. So as you can see, all the jars are going to be the same. They won't be different sizes. They won't be coming from different companies. Anything that would like really affect the jars differently already than the words are going to be doing. They will all be this rice, and I will be using this sea salt, and I will use the same amount in each jar that I am going to be using. So I just wanted to capture this all before I actually get my jars ready and show you them. For those who didn't like quite understand that on their own or catch that on their own, here I am going to spell it out for you. Spell. Whatever. Not an evil spell, not an evil curse. Just as humans are all born equal, we're all given the same rights, or supposed to have been anyway. Nobody's last name, like, gives them any, like, higher power, any entitlement to rule over us or have more money or whatever the heck. So yeah, just as humans are all born with the same rights, we're all equal. Nobody's better than the other at all by any means. The same goes for these jars. They are all birthed or born equal. And then from that point on, it's going to be words that have effect on them. Whether they have anything different go on, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I didn't have time to do this morning before work, so here are the jars. Okay, so we've got this one over here. This is the love, kind, and good. So right now I just have permanent marker written on each of the jars as a starter. I did that last night, so today I will probably go ahead and think of what I want to actually say to them. So there's that one. So I have one up here on this shelf. This is one that, like, this would be somebody who does not conform to the world, or at least, like, tries not to the best that they can. One who doesn't really follow worldly trends and do every single thing that mankind tells them, whether it be through man-made religion or government letting another human being who was born equal as you to rule over you. Somebody who, like, believes in miracles, you know, basically they're like a target for criticism and judgment. A lot of evil and negative powers are working against them because they want to switch the way, like, their lifestyle, the way they live, the way they think, the way they love, everything. There's a lot of evil out there in this world right now, and a lot of people are struggling. I think that's very clear. So it's hard these days to not become depressed and whatnot. So these evil powers are hard at work, but thank goodness there is something much better, someone much better on our side. So say you, like, go to the doctor and they tell you that you have cancer, or they give you like an estimated time, like life expectancy to live. Like my uncle, for example, just a couple days ago, they're telling him he has 6 months to live, and randomly out of nowhere, he has stage 4 cancer. This is basically actually why I'm pushing this. I'm not really prepared, I don't think, for my experiment. But after finding that out, and this was already on my list, I think it's necessary that I kind of get a go on it, I guess. So I put it up here where it says prayer is the answer. I've got my little kids NIV. Oh no, not kid, because that's a baby goat. Sorry, my bad. Like a child's Bible I got when I was baptized into a man-made religion. No, I like the church I grew up in. It's not bad. So yeah, since I will be saying like these downer type things, they need this other good energy like that, you know, they have, that is around them. So this is the best spot I could think of for that, to have some sort of positive influence to counteract with my negative. So we'll see how this one works. Yeah. Here. So this is buy money. I have a dollar bill hanging out of this jar where I keep my cash. Since money is like the root of all evil, I don't believe it's that way. I think the love of money is the root of all evil. Praising, worshiping, constantly giving your time to money, trying to earn money, pay your bills, and stupid freaking crap. So this jar, hatred, mean and evil, heartless approaches. So basically just call this one names and stuff, I guess. Just belittle it, degrade, anything like that. Up here, I don't want to touch it. This jar is one that's going to be ignored. So, like, you know, it's there type thing, but you don't give it any attention. This is kind of the loner person, shy, invisible to the rest of society, I guess. Society thinks that they aren't acceptable. Their presence goes unseen or unacknowledged, I guess is a better word. So this is actually in the kitchen of my parents' house. So I have this note. If you see this jar, turn away and carry on. Do not touch. Do not move. If they end up touching it, that's their own problem, I guess, and we'll see how that affects it. Ignore the jar and let the normal energy of this room take its course from the vibes and energy we all send out and leave behind as footprints. Ignore this jar. So, I don't know. My family likes to have the TV on and the volume up really loud. And then one's going to be on the computer on the internet. And then while watching TV, you got one on the iPad who also has their phone in their hand checking Facebook. This is everybody in this house, basically. I don't have a TV in my room. I hate TV. So, somewhat excluded. I won't exclude myself totally because I can walk through the house kind of angry. Not so nice sometimes. So this is going to catch everyone's vibes, whether it be happy, good ones, or negative, mean, whatever. And then, of course, all the technology around. So you got like our living room here, and there's TV, computer. Yeah. Okay, so that's where I'm at now with the jars. I've put permanent marker on them. I'm starting to write down the things that I want to say to them, but I would like to keep like a written form of this too that I can look back on and not just video, because technology, yeah, it's not very trustworthy these days in my opinion, but whatever. So I'm going to probably just post up this video now, as it's getting quite long and I don't know the length of videos that I'm like allowed to post on YouTube. I think I have a limit right now. I'm not paying them money for this. So, yeah, I'm gonna post up this video now, and then I don't know, I highly doubt I'll do like daily updates. I might do like every other day or maybe weekly. We'll see. So stay tuned.